What's up, team? This is Chris, Bets with Big Data here today. We got Thursday Night Football on store. We're going to be breaking down what our latter day two is. It's the Dolphins going to play the Bills. Bills minus 11.5 and a minus 900 money line with an over-under of 50.5 points. So Vegas is saying this is not going to be a very good football game. But we know it's divisional matchups. These have a tendency to stay closer than people think, and we're going to break down the bets that we're making today. So our main bet is going to be an alt spread of minus 6.5 for the Bills and an over 45.5 total. Now, the reason we're taking this is that we want the Bills to be able to just cover by one touchdown. 11.5 is a lot. Double-digit spreads are just scary in the NFL. These are all professional athletes, albeit some teams are better than others. So that's why we're taking it to 6.5. The over got to 50.5, and that's too high for us. So when we first ran the simulations, we had a 54% chance of the Bills covering at 11.5, and then we had an over hitting a 50.5 at 53% of the time. So for a joint hit rate, that's 30%. That's not bets with big data. That's not what we do. So what we did is we teased it 6.5 and 45.5 on the over-under. Let's look at the spread. So you can see over the last 2 days, the spread's gone from minus 12.5 to minus 11.5. I don't know if that's people realizing that it's a divisional game or if the Sharps got their money on the Bills super early in the week, and now we are adjusting as the public. Let's take a look at the totals. The total has moved drastically, whole 2 points over the last week, going from 48.5 up to 50.5. So that's a pretty high number. 50s really scare me. A lot of times when you see an over-under at a book like a 51 or a 51.5, I'm going to take that under. The public has a tendency to think that these games are going to score more than they actually do. Now, because this started at 48 and got to 50, that's a signal that there's a very good chance of this going over. So we're going to stick with that, but we're going to give ourselves a little bit of leeway with the number. Our bonus prop of the day is one that I really like, and it's James Cook under 85.5 rushing and receiving yards. What people forget about this is that the Buffalo Bills have a true committee backfield. It's just that James Cook is so good at getting into the end zone, he kills it. So fantasy players, they all think that he's this Kyron Williams type usage workhorse, but that's just not the case. The Bills have a tendency to really spread it out. He hit this number in the first 2 games of this season, but he only played 47% of the snaps last week. I feel like this is a sweet Baby Ray game, and his line is 21.5. I do see a world where he goes over that. With Josh Allen's nose injury, which I've never had to say before, that may create the team to want to try to be a little more conservative with him. Don't know how that would affect him because it's in a helmet, but we will see. So last year when the Bills won by 10, he hit this line in 4 of 7, so that looks pretty good. But in 17 games last year, he only got this 8 times. And it's mostly because the public forgets that the Bills spread out the snaps at running back. So that's what we're taking today with those bets. Get them in tonight. Go football. We'll see you guys tomorrow.